If you're 60 and over and you're not strength training, you are losing some serious years off your life. Now, in this video, I'm going to explain what strength training is and why it's essential for you as we get older and grow into our prime years. So strength training comes in many formats. It can come in lifting weights like a dumbbell from A to B. It can also be using resistance bands if you would prefer to use home training. Or if you go to the gym, you could focus on machines, cables. There are so many different forms of strength training. Now, what kind of training would be suitable for you is based on really what location you want to train at. So if you're someone short on a budget and you don't have accessibility to a gym, then home training would be your focus attention. And if you're home training and your budget's tight, then my recommendation to you would be resistance bands and dumbbells. That's going to be the most cost effective and also the most variety you can actually do with your workout. If you go to a gym, resistance machines would be a great addition to any program. As we're getting older and we're going into those prime years, we're going to have niggles, we're going to have knee injuries, we're going to have back injuries, maybe we've got pelvic floor injuries. So home training isn't always ideal for us as we get older. An example of this would be if you have a knee problem, doing squats, doing lunges, doing burpees, for example, not that I recommend burpees at all in the slightest, puts a lot of pressure on your knees. However, if you were going to a gym, you could use the leg extension, you could use the leg curl. You could also use the inner and outer thigh machines, the abductor and adductor. That way, you are building your thighs, so your quads and your hamstrings up, your inner and outer thighs, whilst not putting too much strain on your knee joint. So I'm a massive advocate of going to the gym to improve on strength. But we've delved into what strength training is. However, why is it important for someone over the age of 60? Now, it's fundamental for you living longer. Without muscle, your body is slowly going to waste away. And what you're going to be left with is body fat, skin, and bone. And your skeleton needs muscle to keep supported, to keep the posture, to allow you to move, to allow you to get up. So without muscle, your body does not move properly. And what will happen over time, over the years and over the decades, your body will slowly decrease, and your movement will decrease, and your strength will decrease. And what that will mean is you'll struggle to get out of the chair. You'll struggle to get up from the floor if you have a fall. And if you do have a fall, you're more than likely going to break something. Now, I know that's kind of scaremongery, but it's complete honesty. I've trained clients, and I still train clients from 50 up to 100. And I've seen the amazing benefits that strength training has had on all of those clients, whether they're training once a week from home or go to the gym 3 times a day, or a week, sorry. Maybe 3 times a day is a bit excessive. I wouldn't recommend that. What we don't want is sarcopenia. And sarcopenia is age-related muscle loss. It's a technical term, but all it means is we do not want our muscles to waste away. So in order for us to feel like we do in our 40s and our 50s, what we need to do is we need to do some form of resistance training. What I spoke about at the start of the video. We talked about band work or dumbbells from home. We talked about using machines or even maybe cable-based work if you go to a gym. If we can apply progressive overload to your muscles, what will happen is you'll go to bed, you sleep, and your muscles will grow back stronger. Now, there's a couple of other factors that play in that part. We need to apply progressive overload, which means basically we need to be doing more than we're currently doing. The problem I find with training clients in their prime years is you'll usually get used to a set weight. So, for example, you may be curling the 2 kilo dumbbells And for the rest of your life, you carry on curling the 2 kilo dumbbells, even though you could do more. Now, the problem with that is you're just maintaining your level of strength. What I want to be doing is getting you in your 50s, 60s and 70s, getting stronger. Because then when we reach our 80s, 90s and our century, we're going to gradually decline over the years. But if I can get you up to this level here, what's going to happen is your level of lifestyle and your level of ability will decline slowly. If we don't get your strength up higher, then it means your level of decline is going to rapidly decline fast. So, how do we improve our strength? Now, going to the gym or exercising at home once a week is great. However, my recommendation to all my clients is 3 times a week minimum. That could be 1 gym, that could be 2 home. That could be 2 gym, 1 home. You do the maths, it's your choice. But 3 times a week is optimal. Next, how long for? You could exercise for 10 minutes, but 20 minutes would be better. Again, 30 minutes would be better. But it's what you do in that time frame. Remember, it's not just about the length of time you train, it's the intensity you train at. So if I sat here for an hour and I just curled a 1 kilo dumbbell, it won't have the same effects in terms of improving my strength as it would if I got the 10 kilo dumbbells and did 10 repetitions and pushed that muscle to make sure it's really working. You are not going to wake up overnight with massive bulging muscles, whether you're male or female, especially females. Testosterone plays a massive part in that, and that's for another video we're going to cover. But you need to do everything you can to build muscle, because I guarantee you building muscle is very hard. So we've understood we need to create progressive overload. We then need to be sleeping, we need to be resting, which means we need good sleep habits. Ideally, we should be getting into bed 8 hours before our alarm goes off, and we should be getting a good night's sleep. If we wake up throughout the night, there's nothing we can do about that, but a good rest is optimal for allowing your body to repair and grow back stronger. And the last vital piece of the puzzle is protein. We'll cover this in more detail in a later video. However, protein is essential for muscle building. I always say training's like the bricks and then the cement is like the food, but it's specific food. It is your meats, it's your fish, it's your nuts, it's your dairy, it's your lentils, it's your chickpeas, your tofu. All those foods contain protein. So like I said, I'm gonna have a video with a bit more detail about what foods I'd recommend and what foods are high in protein. So even if you're a vegetarian or a vegan, you could still get a great source of protein in. However, for me, I'm always about a balanced approach. I'm always about getting a good source of protein in and trying to get that from a lot of fish, a lot of white meat, and some occasional red meat throughout the week. There you go, there's your 3 staple bits. So we've uncovered why strength training is essential. It's gonna prevent sarcopenia, muscle wastage. It's gonna improve your bone health and make your bones stronger. So it's gonna reduce things like osteoporosis. It's also gonna reduce osteoarthritis. If you've currently got arthritis in your knees, your elbows, your joints, you need to work your muscles. The more you work your muscles, you will be protecting your joints. If you're not working your muscles, slowly those muscles are wasting away and your joints are taking all the impact, and that is why you're in a lot of discomfort. So by building your muscles up around the joint, it's going to have a massive improvement on your health and overall lifestyle. And then we've talked about what training would be good for you based on where you can go. Whether you train from home or train in a gym, you'll still get a great result. But I would say, as we're going into our prime years, a gym offers you so much more flexibility and it offers you more variety around the equipment. So if you've got a bad back, you can use chest supported machines. Whereas when you're at home, it's more leaning over and that's a bit more of a struggle. But as always, I hope that really helped you. Make sure you hit subscribe to my channel so you get notified when all my other videos come out. Always jump into my workout videos and my mobility workouts, and you'd be doing me a massive favour if you could share this video or share my channel with a friend or a family member. See you on the next video.